Hi guys, it's Carol. How are ya? My anxiety level is off the charts. Just one thing after another today, but I wanted to get a video in for you guys. Actually, I wanted to take you to Palo Duro Canyon, but I didn't get to. Casey was going to drive me down there. It's 14 miles from my front door. And I called. It's a either a national park or a state park. I forget which. But anyway, I called the number to find out how much it cost to get in the entrance so I could take enough money. And it's $8 per adult. But because of social distancing, they're limiting the number of people that can enter the gate and be in the canyon at one time, which flabbergasts me because the canyon is big. It has never been full of people. So anyway, Casey was going to drive me down there and stop right before the entrance and see if we could take some pictures for you, because it is stunningly beautiful. It is breathtaking. It is gorgeous and lovely and awesome. Please Google Palo Duro Canyon so you can see some professional photographs of this place because it's gorgeous. But anyway, I got so excited because we were going to get to do that. And I grabbed my purse and I grabbed my phone and we got in the car with the dogs and got halfway there and realized I brought the wrong phone. The phone I have a phone that cost $19.99 that I bought a month or two ago that I just use for filming, and then I can send it straight to YouTube. The phone I talk on keeps telling me I have no storage, so I can't film on it. That's the phone I took, plus it was practically dead. It had like a 10% charge. Oh, good grief. So, I have no pictures of Palo Duro Canyon for you. Google it, you'll love it. Anyway, what flabbergasts me about you having to have reservations to get into the park, it's a canyon. It was created decades and decades and decades, millions of years ago, by water erosion from the Prairie Dog Town fork of the Red River that goes through there, and by the wind. The wind never stops here. Well, it's 120 miles long. It covers 25,000 acres. It's not going to be full of people. It is 880 feet deep. This is a big hole, 880 feet deep. The only reason I can think of that they're limiting the number of people that can be in the canyon at one time is because there's a souvenir shop and a grill where you can get a hamburger, and there's a visitor center where you can get pamphlets and buy stuff, and, that kind of thing. That's the only reason I think of that they would be limiting the number of people, but it is what it is. So you didn't get to go to Palo Duro Canyon with me today. If you ever get a chance to go, it has miles and miles of trails for to ride your bicycle, to hike. You can rent horses and ride down there, or you can bring your own horse. You can camp. There are lots and lots of campsites. There are 7 cabins that were built in 1933 by the CCC. CCC stands for Civilian Construction Corps, I think. It was a part of the New Deal that Franklin Roosevelt did to put people to work after the Great Depression. Anyway, they built 7 cabins down there, very primitive cabins. You can rent one of those. They've been updated a little bit, but not a whole lot. And then they have something called glamping that's new, but it tells you how many feet it is, like 295 feet to the nearest bathroom. I'm sorry this is shaky. I can't find my tripod again. And I've had a day. Oh, gosh. Archaeologists have determined that people have lived in the canyon for over 12,000 years. From archaeological digs, they have identified a group of people called the Folsom people and the Clovis people lived there, 12,000 years ago, and they hunted mammoths that roamed around here. And then many, 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 many years later, we had, this all belonged to the Indians. Cherokee, Comanche, Kiowa Indians lived in the canyon. Until in 1884, I think it was, the cavalry came, attacked the Indians, and took the land. I'm sorry. That's another story for another day. But anyway, people have inhabited the canyon for over 12,000 years. Shortly after the cavalry came and ran the Indians off, a man by the name of Charles Goodnight, everybody in Texas knows Charles Goodnight's name. He was a U.S. Marshal that had retired from that, and he entered a partnership with two men from England, and they created the J.A. Ranch, which was a huge ranch. Let me find my notes. Okay, 2 years after the cavalry took over the land, Charles Goodnight and these two British men drove 1,600 longhorn cattle down into the canyon. They took the canyon as part of their ranch. Their ranch was huge. It was 1,325,000 acres. That is a big ranch, people. At its peak, they grazed 100,000 head of cattle. Everybody in Texas knows Charles Goodnight. Anyway, it's beautiful down there. I wanted to take you. I wish I could have. But please Google it because it is stunningly beautiful. And someday I'll take pictures myself and take you down there. Okay, I'm going to shut this down, put my grandkids to bed, and go to bed. And I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Please stay safe. Our governor has now mandated that we have to wear masks if we are out in public, like New Mexico did yesterday. New Mexico governor has said if you come inside the state of New Mexico and spend the night, even if it's in your own RV, you will be required to quarantine there for 14 days. I'm not sure how they can enforce that, but that's what they announced yesterday. Okay, I'm going to go. Have a wonderful 4th of July. Please be safe, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. I forgot to tell you one thing. Where I live, it's flat and treeless. I'm going to stick a picture in right here. Where I live, it's flat. This is what it looks like. Outside of the city where people have planted trees, it is just flat land. But I'm going to tell you about a big hole out here. Just a second. Okay, I assume I got the picture stuck in there. What I wanted to say is, can you imagine the first person who saw the canyon, who was, riding along on horseback on this flat terrain, and all of a sudden the earth opens up and drops down 900 feet into a canyon? I just can't imagine. Okay, I'm going to go get my grandson to bed who's trying to get in the picture. Bye-bye.